Hi guys, today we're doing Red Velvet part 3 and we're searching Red Velvet, like to look at things that are Red Velvet. Red Velvet, do you like that? Yeah, he likes it. Ooh, that one's like a Spirit Halloween one, where it came from. Yay, yeah, if you're looking for the exact place that I got it from, or like the exact plushie we got it from, Spirit Halloween. I mean, I got it from Spirit Halloween, and he's my friend now. That's a heart one. That's another heart one. That's Red Velvet. These look so good. Wait, what if we made another one of these where we ate red velvet cake? Yeah, that's his favorite flavor of cake. That's why his name is that. Trying to eat it. Red velvet, 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 red velvet. Let's look up Red Velvet Joy. Okay, that's an actor. Let's look up Red Velvet. Costume. Let's see if anyone's dressing up. Is red velvet like a red flavor? You want it? He's getting excited looking at these because he loved looking at pictures of the red velvet. Let's look up red velvet on YouTube. Oh yeah, look. My 2 episodes are out now. And there's one that I made before the series. So you can go check that out. It does have a copyright claim. Sadly. But it is in a strike. So that's good. I'll try to mute it unless it's the game music. I don't know. Red Velvet. not this girl. Flavor. Okay.
For 9 whole years, we refused to make the red velvet cake because of the significant amount of red food color in the recipe that we wanted to save our clients from. After all, the traditional version of this cake didn't have any food color in it at all. This cake originated in America in the 19th century and was named a velvet because its layers were soft, tender, chocolatey, and red because of the reaction between non-alkalized cocoa and buttermilk, which when heated turned a rich reddish brown color. Over time, almost all the cocoa became alkalized and beauty started prevailing over taste. People would even make the red velvet cake with no cocoa at all and color the cake a screaming shade of red. Red velvet became crazy popular after the release of the movie Steel Magnolias. In the movie, it was shaped like an armadillo inside a wedding cake. The world-famous Magnolia Bakery made their signature filling red velvet and brought it even more fame after Carrie and Miranda were seen eating their cupcakes. So we decided to create our version of the red velvet cake, and only from natural ingredients. Want to know how? For 9 whole years, we refused to.
Today we're going to be making red velvet whoopie pies with cream cheese icing. Just whisk together red velvet cake mix, eggs, vanilla, vegetable oil, water and extra food colouring if you wish. Then dollop the mix onto a baking tray and smooth it into a circle shape. Bake in the oven then allow to cool fully. For the icing, whisk together softened butter and cream cheese, then gradually whisk in the icing, sugar and vanilla until smooth. Pipe it onto your cakes, place another on the top and store in the fridge. Enjoy! Today we're going to be making red velvet.
These red velvet cupcakes are super moist and tender and so easy to make, you basically just mix everything together. They're topped with homemade cream cheese frosting and so amazing, you're going to love them. These red velvet cupcakes are super moist and tender and so easy to...
I want, he also wants to, because he likes cupcakes. Okay. Coming up that, coming up that, coming up that kill shot, baby. It's cool red velvet cake. Cake. Okay, let's not do shorts because I'm gonna get copyrighted.
Red velvet cake has got to be one of the most deceptive cakes when I was young. Beyond it being super cheesy and delicious, I thought red was its own flavor. But we all know what flavor it really is, right? It's just chocolate cake. What makes red velvet cake so special is that it uses a form of acidity and when paired with baking soda so that it can rise in the oven. I'm going to be combining half a cup of milk and then adding 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. After about 5 minutes, it should begin to curdle, but don't worry, this is perfectly normal. Now, I'm going to sift together 1 1/4 cups flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, and half a teaspoon of baking soda. Sifting just makes sure that there are no clumps in our batter. This step is very important. For the fats, we'll be using a 1/4 cup of butter softened. Look at how satisfying this is. And 3 ounces of a good neutral oil. I'm using avocado oil, but you can use canola or peanut oil. For the first stage of mixing, add in the butter and a half cup of sugar, beating it vigorously. Get in there with the spatula because it never really gets everything in the first go. Now that that's creamy, in goes 1 large egg at room temperature. Just like the butter and the sugar, get in there with the spatula and get every nook and cranny. Drizzle in the oil slowly, and when it becomes homogeneous, slowly add in the milk and vinegar mixture along with a teaspoon of a really...
He wants that cake now. I want red velvet cake too. I want red velvet cake. I want red velvet cake. I want red velvet cake because I just do.
Vanilla extract. Wait, is this a vanilla cake or a chocolate cake?
I'm tired of this, Grandpa!
After that, we're going to be adding the dry ingredients, but in 2 segments. We do this so that we don't overwork the batter. Again, scrape the sides of the bowl to get all the flour into the mix. This step is probably even more important than creaming the butter and sugar. Finally, after all is said and done...
Ooh, is it chocolate cake or red velvet? I think it's chocolate.
And we can add in our red food coloring. I like to go in with a gel since it has less liquid, therefore having less influence on the consistency of our batter. Go in with 1 tablespoon and mix it until the red is fully incorporated. Now, this recipe is for 2 6-inch pans, but the beauty here is that you can double the recipe and it will fit perfectly in 2 9-inch pans if you need a bigger cake. I don't, because I would eat the whole freaking thing. The way I like to guarantee that my cakes always come out of their pans is I put a little bit of oil and I brush every single crevice so that when it rises and starts to bake, it won't stick anywhere at all. Now that everything is set, divide the batter evenly between 2 molds. If you want to be more accurate, you can weigh them on a scale for a perfect division. Spread them smoothly along a pan so that it bakes evenly and not one side is too lopsided. Now that the cakes have cooled down and are ready to be cut, for my cream cheese frosting, I like mine tangy, so I'm gonna put in some cream cheese, a little bit of butter for the stabilization, some powdered sugar. Obviously, you gotta sift it because there's little balls in there, and they may now kiss the bride in the KitchenAid. Now add in a touch of heavy cream, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I really think people should start doing this more, adding salt to your frosting, about a 1/4 teaspoon. Now let it cool in the fridge till you need it. Try your best to get them as level as possible since we will be stacking these on top of each other. Add a good amount of frosting for the first layer, and if you're like me, I like a good amount of frosting. It also distincts the layers more, showing all the hard work that we put into this cake. Repeat this with the top layer and smooth it using the cake turner and a spatula for a little more assistance. Now the sides get hit with frosting, and I want to make it beautiful, so I'm going to smooth it out and just make a really simple pattern. The cake turner in this case really does make this a whole lot easier. I won't lie, this looks amazing already. Sweet and a tangy combo. I'd die on the hill for this. I don't think anybody can convince me that although red velvet cake is chocolate, it sort of has its own unique flavor and texture.
Really
I don't know,
good.
I could just
really
be
want
talking,
red
or maybe the
velvet
red is just getting to me. Either way, it's an absolutely moist and delicious tangy cake. Wow. The sponge is moist. The cheese is cheesing. It's not too sweet. I feel like a lot of recipes of cream cheese frosting is very sweet, but this one's the perfect balance. All right, now it's just gonna be me and my cake.
Okay, so let's watch 3 more. Let's skip to the end. Ooh, okay. That's gonna be it. Bye.